What's up, guys? This is Prodigy.Entertainment. We're here to give you guys our quarterfinal predictions. You guys see the stuff on Instagram. That's the little quick recaps of what games we think are going to happen. But today we're going to be here. We're going to be do a type of ESPN thing. We're going to have a lot of insight, give a lot of, we're going to be analysts today. We're going to be on air, giving you guys a lot of stats, predictions, scores. I'm Cameron Duncan. We're here with
Gavin Rigo.
And we're going to get right into it, starting off with a D1. All right, Gav, what's the first game?
All right, so we got first seed St. Mary's versus A seed Intercom. Honestly, I don't see how St. Mary's loses this game. Intercom barely beat River City, who was the 9th seed last game, and St. Mary's, they blew out Franklin. So Franklin, the 16th seed, not the 2 seed Franklin.
Yeah. St. Mary's, they always have a great pitching staff. They always have a great program.
Yeah.
And they're the number 1 seed in the D1 bracket for a reason. So, and they just won 12-2. So this team they're going to beat Intercom for sure.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, Intercom, but...
Intercom's a basketball school.
They are.
So, what do you think the score prediction is going to be?
Honestly, you know what? I think Intercom will put up a fight, though. I mean, they put up a fight against River City, who is just ranked 1 seed below them. You know what? I'm going to give it like a 6-2. I think St. Mary's is going to win 6-2. I think Intercom puts up some runs, though.
Okay. Seeing that Intercom put up about 8 runs last time, and St. Mary's put up 12. I don't know if it'll be a close game, but I think both teams are going to put up some runs. I'm going to go with 9-3.
9-3. Okay, so
just one more run. I think
I said 6-2. That's not one more.
One more run for Intercom.
And one more run for Intercom.
A couple more for St. Mary's.
Yeah, I mean, it all comes down to who they pitch. We don't know who they pitched in their first game, and we really don't know who they're going to pitch in their second game, so that could change a lot of things too.
Yeah.
Definitely think Intercom did play their best pitcher. That's why they were able to beat River City.
Yeah.
But
with a lot of these teams, they're going to throw their best guy, and with the depth they have, it's really, really questionable. So
yeah,
it's going to be the depth is really going to be in question for Intercom.
But we know St. Mary's has a decent bit of depth. That's not a question for St. Mary's.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to the next game, we got the 12th seed in Noakes, who actually upsetted Lodi, the 5th seed, to take their spot.
Huge upset.
Yeah, 5-1, which was crazy. None of us predicted that. Versus 4th seed Oak Ridge, who beat Central Valley, who was a 13th seed, 7-3.
Yeah, I mean, both teams won by 4 runs. Enoch's very big surprise. I really did think Lodi was going to win.
Yeah. Lodi
usually has a pretty good program. Oak Ridge, I kind of knew they would win. I put that in the Instagram reel. I knew Brady Ray would give him a good start. But yeah, now we got Oak Ridge versus Enoch's, and Enoch's is on a high right now, just upsetting Lodi, like you said. But I don't know, man. I don't know how much depth they're going to have pitching.
I don't know. Oak Ridge I don't really know if Oak Ridge should have given up those 3 runs against Central Valley. I mean, considering the difference in seeding.
Yeah.
But again, if they did pitch their best pitcher, it's just going to come down, because we definitely know that Enoch's pitched their best pitcher, because they thought it would probably be their last game. So both teams are going to be running on their second pitcher. So I mean, it really just comes down to the depth. Like we said, I think that's going to happen a lot with a lot of these games. But I think I'm going to give it to Oak Ridge, but I definitely think Enoch's going to put up a fight because they got that momentum going. I'm going to give it to Oak Ridge 3-1.
Okay. I also do think Oak Ridge is going to win. I think it's going to be really close. I think it's going to be 5-4.
Ooh,
yeah,
1 run
really
difference? A lot of runs scored for you, though. 9 runs?
Yeah, I mean...
That's a lot.
I mean, like I said, the depth is going to be in question, so...
I mean, Noakes did score 4 runs in 1 inning against Lodi, which, gave him the lead. I don't know if it was just the batting order or the pitch or luck. He's so negative. But, honestly, I guess I could see that, yeah. But I'm going to stay with my 4-1.
All right, moving on to the third game, we got Rockland versus Lincoln of Stockton. We were here for the basketball game, Rockland and Lincoln of Stockton, but
that didn't go
for now.
Yeah, Rockland's the 3rd seed, Lincoln of Stockton's the 6th seed. Lincoln of Stockton beat Pleasant Grove 8-1, and Pleasant Grove was the 11th seed. And Rockland barely beat Downey, who was the 14th seed. I
cannot believe that.
They beat him 2-0. However, Downey isn't Turlock. Turlock is notorious for having great baseball players. I mean, we already saw Turlock, the high school, is actually in the playoffs too still.
You'll see them soon.
Yeah, so, and I heard from West Park's coach that Rockland actually, or not West Park's coach, sorry, West Coast Prep, that Rockland actually didn't pitch their top pitcher.
Yeah.
They did the second pitcher, which might be a reason why they only, they obviously shut him out, so he did his job, right? But Rockland's got a fresh starting pitcher, whereas I'm sure Lincoln of Stockton did not do that.
Yeah. I'm not sure who Rockland threw. We could actually probably go check that right now. But Rockland, like I said in the Instagram reel, it doesn't matter who they throw. Let's see. Rockland, I don't think I have any stats.
Well, go down.
Nope.
Nope, no stats on the game.
Okay, so we don't know who Rockland threw yet, but like, I don't think it matters who Rockland throws. Lorenzo, Pantaleglo, or Cuthill, I think they're all good pitchers. So,
but
like, whoever they throw against Lincoln and Stockton, I think.
I mean, but Lincoln and Stockton did blow out a higher seeded team than Downey, so that could also be it too. I think, honestly, I think this might be an overtime game.
Extra innings?
I think it will be a 2-1 game, overtime.
Extra innings.
Yeah, overtime, extra, same thing.
So who do you got?
I got Rockland 2-1 extra innings. I'll give them 2 extra innings. You know what? So I'll play a total
9 innings.
9 innings. Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
It will be a whole baseball game.
All right. I'm gonna go with 1-0.
I'm assuming you're picking Rockland.
I'm gonna go 1-0.
Yeah, you love Rockland.
Bro. I'm gonna go 1-0. I think it's gonna be close, like you said.
You want Rockland to win, so it makes Whitney look better since they lost to Rockland.
All right, what's the last game, D1?
D1, the last game we got is the 2nd seed Franklin versus 7th seed Turlock. Now, I know I didn't have my predictions up on Prodigy, but I did have McClatchy actually upsetting Turlock. That was one of my upsets, and it didn't happen. So, you know, I don't think I'm going to go against Turlock again. I actually think that Turlock might pull it out here.
Are you serious?
I'm going to say I think Turlock's a great city for baseball, and it has been for a while.
So is Elk Grove.
Yeah, but like Turlock.
Really? You have Turlock beating Franklin?
Yeah, Franklin had no competition in the first game. I mean, they played Mountain House and won 12-1. Obviously, it was a Mercy Rule.
Yeah.
And Turlock beat McClatchy, who I didn't think they would. McClatchy is a good school. I don't think there should have been, looking at the record and who they played, I don't think they should have been intensity. I think they should have been higher. Mm-hmm. I genuinely think it was only because their population of like the school was smaller than these other teams. Like, I mean, let's be real here. Oak Ridge is the 4th seed. Do you think McClatchy could beat Oak Ridge? I think so. Oak Ridge didn't play that great in their league.
Yeah, they didn't. No, they got 2. They were number 2.
I thought you were number 2.
No, we were number 3. Whitney was number 3.
Well, I'm going to stick with my guns here. I'm going to go Turlock, and I'm going to say it's going to be a 2-0 win. No extra innings.
That's insane.
Yeah. You know what? I'm sticking with that one.
I got Franklin winning 6-1.
I'm going to get pummeled in the comments.
Yeah, you are.
6-1?
Franklin is winning this game 6-1.
Well, with how Franklin pitched, they gave up 1 run, so I'm assuming they pitched their best pitcher.
I don't know. Maybe they didn't. It doesn't matter who Franklin throws. They have a bunch of depth.
That's true. I think Turlock will have a decent bit of depth too.
Yeah.
Then again, we haven't really seen much of these teams. We've never filmed any of them. We've never been in any of their games. But the teams they play in league are really good. So, yeah.
So just to recap, me and Gav both picked St. Mary's over Indercom. We both picked Oak Ridge over Enochs. We both picked Rockland over Lincoln and Stockton.
And then we're fighting here.
Yeah, I picked Franklin over Turlock. He picked Turlock over Franklin.
I'm gonna, you know what? I'm a man of word. If I mess up, I mess up. You know, but it's okay. You just like to pick the higher seed because you want to play it safe. This is why you can never gamble.
What?
Because if you gamble,
let's move on to the D2 playoffs. What's all this yapping about?
All right, so for D2 playoffs, we have 1st seeded Whitney versus 8th seeded Laguna Creek. Now, Whitney Mercy ruled Cordova in the 5th inning, and Laguna Creek won 7-2 against Bella Vista, the 9th seeded team.
Yep.
You know what? Like, Laguna Creek actually did surprise us last year by knocking out Wood Creek right out the gate in the first round. Wood Creek was the first round exit last year.
Yep.
And Laguna Creek surprised everybody. However, this is not Wood Creek, this is Whitney. And, you know, I usually don't, you know, my scores usually don't go too well in the Whitney crowd.
Whitney was going to lose first round in 5 innings?
I was making a joke about that. I knew Whitney was going to win Cordova. I said Whitney would Mercy rule Cordova.
Okay.
Anyway, normally I don't go for Whitney, and I get called a lot a Whitney hater, which I don't understand because every time I say they're going to lose, they lose. It's not called being a Whitney hater, it's called being correct. However, I mean, I just don't see a way that even Whitney only pitched their top pitcher for 2 innings, and plus they have Brad Duncan, you know. I don't see how Whitney doesn't win this game by at least 6 or 7 runs. I think it's going to be an 8-1 game.
Really?
I give Whitney 8-1 against Laguna Creek. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, Laguna Creek barely beat Bella Vista, and Bella Vista is not that great of a team.
Yeah.
I mean, they have a really good pitcher, but I'm assuming they probably pitched him against Laguna Creek. So I just don't see how.
Yeah.
I mean, that 7-2 is not that big enough of a stretch for me to have confidence that they'll keep it close with Whitney. Mm-hmm. They needed a Mercy rule Bella Vista for me to be like, okay, you know?
Yeah, like you said, I mean, Cordova was not a good team. I'm not, like, I mean, you could...
From personal experience.
Yeah. Like, Whitney's bats came alive. But I don't know if it was just us being hot or them just, like...
Can't say us, you're Prodigy.
Yeah.
You're not Whitney.
I'm not sure if, like, it was their bats, like, just being hot from the pitcher or, like, they're actually, like, getting hot. But I don't know. I mean, I got Whitney.
Well, yeah.
I for sure got Whitney.
What do you have the score as, though? Because you were kind of surprised by an 8-1 for me.
Yeah, I think it's going to be...
Closer?
I think it's going to be 6-0.
6-0. So, okay, no hit.
Yeah.
No runs. We know for sure that you guys are pitching...
Probably
Corden, Petty. And so you're commit.
Yeah.
6-0. So you're going to no-hit Laguna Creek. Or not no-hit, but you're going
to score no runs.
All right, I'll give him 1 run, though. You know, there could be things that happen in overthrow. There's always a mistake that could happen.
Yeah.
So, that again, 6-0, 8-1. It's pretty close. I mean, Laguna Creek's going out is what we're saying. Moving on to the next game, we have Patterson, the 12th seed, who actually upset Vacaville. This is the second 5th seed team that got knocked out.
Yep.
In D1, it was Lodi, and in D2, it's Vacaville, which I know a lot of people were actually thinking Vacaville was going to go pretty far this year.
You really? Who thought that?
West Coast Prep was talking to me about that.
Really?
Yeah, they were like, oh, I had Vacaville as like a team that was going to get to the semifinals.
Really?
Well, because they would have to play Elk Grove, and they thought that Vacaville could be Elk Grove. I don't know. This is what they told me.
Huh. Okay.
I'm lying. No, I'm just kidding. So Patterson actually beat Vacaville 5-2, so it wasn't like a really close game. And then on the other side, we have the 4th seed Elk Grove, who beat Rodriguez, the 13th seed, 9-1, which, you know.
I mean,
it makes sense.
I don't want to be a hater or anything, but I don't know how strong Rodriguez is.
Well, seeing as they beat Whitney.
When?
Oh wait, no, they didn't. Seeing as they almost beat Whitney, and Whitney is a more stacked team. You guys won by a last-minute 3-pointer in basketball.
This is baseball.
But it's a b-ball. You say b-ball could be basketball or baseball. I'm just saying. You know what? Like, trends follow, bro. Trends follow.
I'm saying that Elk Grove is going to win 5-3.
You think it's going to be that close?
Yeah.
I mean, Patterson does have that momentum. I don't know about 5-3 though.
These games are like the ones that are like could be the most like random.
Could you imagine if
every team just threw their number 1 guy?
Yeah, Patterson definitely had to throw the number 1 guy in order to beat Vacaville. And Elk Grove, I mean, they could have thrown him for the first like 4 or 5 innings, but after they probably were up by like 5, they probably like, oh, I'll throw in the second guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd say maybe like 5-1. I mean, I think Patterson gets a run, but Elk Grove's solid.
Yeah.
So I don't see how they move on. Then again, when I call upsets and stuff like that, it doesn't really work out. So.
All right, let's move on to I think the biggest
one of the biggest games, and probably one of the closest, honestly.
The game that we're going to be at.
We don't know that yet.
Yeah. Game that we're going to be at.
Did you get something to film?
Yep. Game that we're going to be at. Granite Bay versus Jesuit.
Yeah, Granite Bay versus Jesuit. 3-seeded Granite Bay versus 6-seeded Jesuit. Granite Bay beat Rio Americano, the 14th seed, 10-0, which nobody was really surprised about. I mean, Granite Bay is an all-star team.
Yeah.
And then Jesuit beat El Capitan 13-1. And El Capitan was the 11th seed, which I mean, we don't need to talk about my prediction on that score.
Oh, yeah. He said Jesuit would lose.
I thought that, you know what, he likes to pick the top seed because it looks pretty or whatever. I like to give.
It's right.
I like to give some, I like to spice things up, you know.
You're wrong.
I thought Jesuit was going to lose 2-3. I can mess up a score.
That bad? It was 13-1.
I had more faith in El Capitan. I don't go to their baseball games. I don't know either of these teams. Yeah, but you play baseball. It's different. I didn't even know that walk on and whatever the other winning way is.
None of this is getting put in.
What do you mean? I haven't. Yes, this whole thing is getting put in. We're gonna make this an unedited cut. Uncut. You gotta put uncut in the video.
No.
Yes.
It will definitely be cut.
No, it's not being cut. This is fun. I like this.
Definitely will be cut.
This is our Prodigy podcast.
Check it. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Prodigy podcast.
The PP. Welcome to our PP. Okay, so Granite Bay
Productions podcast. PPP.
PPP. Bam. Okay. Anyway, so Granite Bay versus Jesuit. This is probably going to be the closest game out of everything, other than maybe the next game that we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
Both these next two games are going to be like really close. Granite Bay versus Jesuit. Who do you have for that game?
Not gonna lie, both pitching staffs are really good. Both teams have an ace.
Are you going to glaze like you did in basketball?
Bro, but I got Granite Bay. I think they're going to throw Gouffron and then maybe put in another guy in relief. Forgot his name. I think they're going to throw Gouffron because they probably threw. I don't even know if they threw Gouffron.
They probably did in 10s.
I don't know if they threw Bentley today. I'm not sure. Let's check.
I don't know if they'll have the stats.
Check it.
Check it. Their batting average overall is a .3. That's not bad.
Oh, they do have stats up. They did throw Bentley.
They didn't throw their top guy?
They did throw Bentley.
Why did they throw the top guy?
I don't know.
That's like what you guys did.
All right, so it looked like it's going to be Gouffron. Probably going to throw. I mean, he's a good pitcher. He's a good ERA. Jesuit always has a good pitching staff, but I think it's going to be a really close game. I'm going 4-3 Granite Bay wins.
In extra innings or no? No? 7 innings, 4-3. How is Granite Bay's hitting, though? How would you say their hitting
Pretty
is?
good.
Pretty good?
Yeah.
Well, you know...
I mean, they did score 10 runs against Rio.
Last time I picked Jesuit to lose, they won 13-1, so... I really don't know. I mean, Jesuit really surprised me. Granite Bay won 10-0 against a team that's lower seed than El Capitan, and Jesuit won 13-1.
Yep.
And I'm assuming that one is because they put in a relief pitcher, you know?
Yeah.
If Jesuit puts in their number one pitcher again, which we don't know who it is, but if they do, I'm going to give it a 1-0.
Who's winning?
I think I'm going to go with Jesuit.
Oh!
You know what?
Oh my God.
I would even say extra innings, but I'm not even sure about that. Like, this is like probably the biggest toss-up of the year.
Yeah.
This game is the biggest toss-up in my opinion, just because these teams are both very loaded. They both could obviously hit great. I mean, look at the runs.
Yeah.
They both have solid pitching. I mean...
This is going to be a great game.
Yeah, this is going to be a really good game. Yeah, but I'm going to give it 1-0. I'm going to give it to Jesuit.
Okay. All right. That's a great prediction right there.
There's so many. I'm gonna get bullied by every single team in the comments section. Granite Bay is gonna come after me. Granite Bay already doesn't like me. It's okay.
They do.
Oh wait, the Granite Bay administration at school doesn't like me.
All right.
I'm getting swatted by them.
Last game of D2.
This is another game that's super close. And we both picked wrong on this. It's going to be 7-seeded West Park versus 2-seeded Wood Creek. Now, why this game is so close is because we both thought that Del Oro was going to upset West Park because Del Oro was the 10th seed, and we didn't think that was like really a good seeding for them. However, West Park did win 2-1. That's the game you're going to see, obviously, in the recap on Instagram. And Wood Creek won 3-1 against Bear Creek, the 15th seed. Now, do you think Wood Creek pitched their number one pitcher for that low?
Yes.
Then Wood Creek's hitting must have been, yeah, let's see if it has stats. Again, or are you going to go for Wood Creek this time?
Hear me out. Wood Creek threw their best pitcher.
Yeah.
I said in the Instagram reel that their pitching has been iffy all year and their offense has been lethal. They scored 3 runs against Bear Creek.
Yeah, number 15 seed.
West Park didn't score until the 5th inning, but they drew a lot of walks against Ben Brown, who I thought would shove against them.
Well, West Park also threw the number one pitcher for the first 3 innings. But then there's no relief.
Didn't do good.
Yeah, but the relief pitcher was the one, like you'll see in the video, obviously, but the relief pitcher is the one that struck out Del Oro like
Unfortunately,
crazy.
he probably cannot pitch.
I don't know how many pitches he did. He didn't do that. I mean,
probably. He probably threw more than 50.
Yeah, he might come in for like the last inning if it's close.
If he throws over 50.
Is it over 50 now? I thought it was 60.
Not 50.
No.
So, I mean...
This one's just going to be close just because of the skill level of these two teams. Like, Granite Bay versus Jesuit is just so loaded on both sides that you don't know. This time...
It's iffy. Like we've been saying with the depth.
The depth is very important, and this one's going to be crucial. Granite Bay versus Jesuit is not about depth. It's just about skill. Yeah. Because the top players are going to play.
Here, it's like who wants it more.
Here is, who wants it more, who's going to push and get that final, like, shove for the win.
Yeah. So, do you know who I got?
Honestly, I don't know who you have. I can't even think. Who do you have? I don't even think you know who you have. You're looking like...
I've been known.
You've been known? All right. Well, you didn't even know.
We've got shunned. We've got hated on for not picking him first round. And I'm picking him the second round. We're going West Park. And we're going 6-4. West Park 6-4.
That's a lot of runs considering neither one of them got 6 runs in the last game.
Yeah, but
and they're playing harder teams than they did last time.
Yeah, but I'm telling you with the depth. it's going to be relief pitchers,
You know-
people who haven't thrown as much.
You know, one thing I will say, and I'm sure you'll put it in the video, West Park probably could have went up early in the first inning or the second inning. They got a guy on third, and he slid it. He tried to steal home, and he got out, which was, I think it was a dumb call. I don't know if that was the coach's or that was just his intuition to go, but he got out at home, and they could have put the West Park up ahead. And West Park had 2 or 3 other times where it was like a really, like, I don't know why they made that call to steal, and they got out because of it. Like, there was a lot of, like, poor base stealing, and I think this is something that West Park's going to learn from. And, you know, I had all the West Park players coming up to me about this, so you know what? I'll go West Park, too.
Okay.
This will be our big upset. Well, this will be your big upset. I have the other upset, too.
Yeah.
I have West Park, and you know what? I'll give it like 3-2. I'm going to say, I mean, look, they didn't hit much.
Nope.
But... And, I mean, if we're being honest here, West Park, one of the runs was from a fielding mistake. Mm-hmm. You know, and the walking that Del Oro did, I don't think Wood Creek's going to do that. Even though Wood Creek is, in my opinion, a lower level team than Del Oro, in terms of the pitching, solely the pitching, nothing else, solely the pitching, I don't think they're going to make that mistake to walk him as much as Del Oro did, because that was, like, a brutal. And I think West Park's not going to put that guy in who walked 5 dudes in, like, 2 innings.
Yeah.
So I think... Yeah, it's going to come down to who wants it more, but 3-2 is what I'm going to stand at, and it's going to come down to who wants it more. That last run.
So to recap D2, we both got Whitney over Laguna Creek.
Both got Elk Grove.
Oh, both got Elk Grove over Patterson.
We're splitting Granite Bay.
Split with Granite Bay over Jesuit, and we both got West Park over Wood Creek.
Yeah.
All right. D3 time.
The best division, in my opinion. All right, so starting off, we got 1-seeded Oakmont, who won 10-0 against 16-seeded Florida. I mean, were we expecting anything else from this team?
Not at all.
And then we have a slight upset, which I called. Pioneer 9th seed beat Vanden, the 8th seed, 5-1. So now we have Oakmont, the 1st seed, versus Pioneer, the 9th seed, going against each other. And honestly, I have Oakmont on a UConn-type run where I think they're going to go back-to-back with division wins.
Back to back to back.
Well, did they win in 2022?
They've won back to back already.
All right, so yeah, they're going to 3-peat and do something that the Patriots, the Chiefs, and UConn cannot do. It's pretty solid. I'm going to give it to Oakmont, though. I'm going to give it to them. I'm going to say 6-1.
Yeah, I mean, with Oakmont, they're going to throw probably their number 2, but their number 1 and number 2 is like
pretty close.
Really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I got Oakmont winning 8-2.
8-2?
Yeah.
Okay. A little more scoring. Hopefully, I like more runs.
Yeah.
You know, it makes the game more interesting. But yeah, I got 6-1. You got 8-2. I think we're both pretty set on that. Oakmont is the 1st seed for a reason. Honestly, they should be in D2, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But, you know, of course, it's by school population, which is so dumb because you have Oakmont beat. Wait, who's West Park? And West Park's in D2, and they're in D1.
I don't know. I don't understand.
West Park,
I really don't understand.
Give it 2 years, West Park will be super, super good. Give it 2 years because they're still bidding up and they're still sucking players from Roseville and Oakmont. Give it 2 years, West Park's going to be amazing. And 12 Bridges is continuous moving up, you know. It's the same thing with Whitney. I mean, my freshman year is when Whitney entered the SFL, and we sucked at a lot of sports. Yeah. I mean, we went 0-13 in football. And now we crush it in soccer, we crush it in track, we crush it in we did well in baseball when I was in high school. We'll see how it goes this year. But anyway, moving on. We got 5th seeded East Union, who beat the Christian Brothers, the 12th seed, 8-1. And we have 4th seeded Lincoln, who beat Rio Linda, the 13th seed, 11-1. Honestly, both these teams went out and did what they were supposed to do: win the game and show that they can throw up runs. You know.
Yeah.
Now
it's a very close matchup.
I've filmed Lincoln, I think 3 or 4 times this year. I've seen a lot of Lincoln. I see what they can do, but I've also seen when they've struggled, like against Placer, who's a team that they shouldn't have struggled against, but they have.
Yeah.
You know, so any game could be a bad game for them. I don't know much about East Union. I mean, they beat Christian Brothers, but I don't know much about them either, and I really don't know much about Rio Linda either.
Yeah.
I mean, from what I've seen, Lincoln is a strong team, and I'm going to give it to Lincoln just out of familiarity. I think I'm going to give it to them. Let's go like 5-3. 5-3. You know, lower scoring, but...
Yeah, Lincoln's going to throw Cade Spomer probably.
Yeah.
I expected him to throw Cook first game, so Spomer will probably be number 2, and then Landon pull out in relief.
And the last time we saw Spomer, he was on fire.
He only got like 1 run.
Yeah, he was on fire.
So I'm gonna go 6-2 Lincoln.
6-2?
Sure.
Okay, yeah.
6-2.
I think we both agree on Lincoln on that one. All right. Oh, so is this the right score? I don't even know. All right, so next we got the 3rd seeded Central Catholic who beat 14th seed Weston Ranch 7-0. And then we have 6th seeded Manteca who beat 6th seeded Manteca who beat 11th seeded Del Campo 3-1. So we have Central Catholic versus Manteca.
Yep.
And I'm going to be honest, I know nothing about either of these teams. Is there much to say about these teams, really?
Central Catholic got a Clemson commit, Tyler Wentworth, who's a leadoff guy, plays center field. That's really all I know about Central Catholic. So with familiarity, I'm just going to go Central Catholic winning 5-3.
Out of familiarity?
Yeah.
I mean, look at the scores, though. 7-0 against a 14th seed, and they have to play a 6th seed next. 5-3. Wait, would you say 5-3? You know, that's a good score. I think I'll take Central Catholic, too. I don't really know much about them. I'll give it to them 2-1.
Okay.
I think it'll be lower scoring. I mean, look at Manteca's. I mean,
yeah.
we really don't know much about these two matchups. And we don't really know much about this other matchup, too. We have 7th-seeded Vista del Lago, who beat the 10th seed Los Baños 6-0. And then we have 2-seeded Oakdale who beat Bayer, the 15th seed, 9-3. So both teams won by 6 runs.
Yeah.
And they're playing each other. I mean, Vista del Lago is the 7th seed, Oakdale is the 2nd seed. And I'm just going to take the safe bet on here and go with the 2nd seed. I think Oakdale's going to win. I'll give it to him 3-1.
Yeah, I'm just going to go Oakdale winning 4-2.
4-2. Close game, yeah. All right, so just to recap the D3, we both think Oakmont's going to win. We both think Lincoln's going to win. We both think Central Catholic's going to win. And we both think Vista del Lago's going to win. Or, I mean, Oakdale. Oakland Tech's going to win. No, I'm just kidding. Oakdale's going to win.
Well, thank you guys for watching our D1, D2, D3 recaps.
Should we do
see you
D4?
guys next week.
Next week?
Yeah, either on Monday or Tuesday, whenever those games are going to be. So we'll see you guys later.
Check it.